Abbie Duggar in a swimsuit? Jinger Duggar caught with a surprise TLC crossover? Jill goes full hippie with a hair wakeover? And Josh Duggar begs for a legal lifeline from behind bars? Hey, Fame fam, welcome back to The Fame, your nonstop destination for the hottest reality TV bombshells and Duggar drama you didn't even know you needed. Buckle up because today's headlines are breaking every rule and flipping every wig. Literally. First up, Abbie Duggar just torched the Duggar family dress code by slipping into an actual swimsuit during a sun-soaked trip to the Cayman Islands. John David was by her side, but Modesty, nowhere in sight. Next, Jinger Duggar sent fans spiraling when she dropped a weekend photo dump that ended with Lydia Plath. Yes, from Welcome to Plathville, a crossover no one saw coming, and the internet is already begging for a podcast episode to spill the tea. Third, Jill Duggar is shaking off the past with a summer hair transformation that screams freedom. Blonde dreadlock braids, a hippie vibe, and zero apologies. She says she's loving it and the fans are here for it. And finally, Josh Duggar has crawled out of the shadows with a desperate letter from prison, pleading for new legal help to fight his 12-year sentence. He claims trial errors, constitutional violations, and, wait for it, maggots in the prison food. We've got every gritty detail straight from the cell block. So, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and sound off in the comments because this lineup is wild and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Abbie Duggar just torched the Duggar dress code, and the internet is living for it. Once the poster family for ultra-conservative values, the Duggars are crumbling one modesty rule at a time, and Abbie just made a splash in the literal sense. That's not a Duggar-approved swim dress you're seeing. That's Abbie Duggar in a real, no-kidding, honest-to-goodness swimsuit. Cue Jim Bob's internal meltdown. The photos dropped like a bombshell on Instagram. Crystal clear waters, romantic scooter rides, and yup, Abbie rocking swimwear on a dreamy Cayman Islands getaway with husband John David Duggar. For longtime Duggar watchers, this was no casual vacation pic. This was rebellion by bikini, or at least something with legs exposed. When the client's Memorial Day plans go from just a quiet weekend at home to how about flying us to the Cayman Islands and bring your wife? Safe to say, I cleared my schedule, Abbie wrote on Instagram, pairing luxury travel vibes with low-key defiance. This wasn't a solo act either. John David was right there, soaking up sun, posing with stingrays, and supporting his wife's quiet departure from Duggar World expectations. And let's not forget, this isn't Abbie's first splash. Eagle-eyed fans pointed out that she wore a swimsuit on their Disney cruise anniversary trip in 2023 too. But this new set of pics is bolder, clearer, and more directly posted to her grid. For context, the Duggar family's infamous dress code once mandated swimwear that looked more like waterproof prairie dresses. On 19 Kids and Counting, daughters wore skirts over swimsuits with modesty triangles and shoulder coverage that would make a nun blush. Abbie, a nurse by trade and arguably one of the more independent Duggar in-laws, has never seemed overly interested in following the fundamentalist handbook. But even still, these latest photos feel intentional, and fans noticed. One commenter wrote, "Did Abbie just soft launch her rebellion?" Another joked, "Somewhat Jim Bob is sweating through a colored shirt." And another, "This is the kind of Duggar content I'm here for. Freedom, love, and sunshine." What's also worth noting, Abbie's getaways are coming more frequently, thanks in part to John David's pilot gig. According to her posts, she's been hopping on private flights with him to Vegas, California, and now the Caribbean. That work-life balance, elite. Oh, and guess who they saw during a recent work trip to the West Coast? Jinger Duggar. We'll come back to that in a minute. But here's what makes this all more than just a beach pic. Abbie isn't deleting comments. She isn't issuing any statements. She's just existing, happily, outside the boundaries Jim Bob built. And in Duggar world, silence is the statement. Fans are calling this a quiet revolution and wondering if Abbie's influence might ripple to other Duggar wives still towing the Modesty line. Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Abbie's swimsuits start things up, wait till you see Jinger Duggar in a surprise TLC crossover moment no one saw coming. Who she posed with? Let's just say reality TV worlds are colliding. Did Jinger Duggar just unite two TLC worlds with one photo? Yes, and fans are losing it. Jinger Duggar's latest Instagram post wasn't just another family photo drop. It ended with a welcome to Plathville surprise no one saw coming. Over the weekend, Ginger Rulo, formerly Duggar, shared a carousel of feel-good family pics. Her husband Jeremy, their 3 young kids, and a few friends smiling through what looked like a low-key sunny get-together. But then, in the final frame, eagle-eyed fans caught her. Standing there, almost like an Easter egg, was none other than Lydia Plath from Welcome to Plathville. Yes, Lydia Plath. And social media immediately went into detective mode. Oh, a visit from Lydia and her new husband. Hold up, is that Lydia Plath in the last pic? Now this is the crossover I didn't know I needed. Turns out, it wasn't just a lookalike. When fans began flooding the comments section with variations of, "Is that Lydia Plath?" Ginger herself confirmed it with the breezy reply of, "Yes." Just like that, 2 of TLC's most famous fundamentalist escapees were suddenly publicly linked. The buzz didn't stop there. Rumors are now flying about whether Lydia and her new husband, Zach Wise, who married in 2023, will be guests on Ginger and Jeremy's podcast, The Hope We Hold. The timing certainly adds up. Lydia hasn't appeared in any major press since Welcome to Plathville Season 6 ended in late 2024, and fans are dying for updates on her post-Plath life. One commenter teased, "Can't wait for the @LydiaJoyPlath ep. Will your show be her podcast debut?" Another wrote, "Awesome that she chose a classy podcast to share on." And someone else added, "Ginger really said, my deconstruction circle is open." What makes this moment even more powerful is how intentional it feels. Ginger has long positioned herself as the Duggar most openly distanced from her parents' ultra-strict upbringing. And Lydia? She's the Plath sibling who, after years of playing the obedient daughter, finally stepped into her own light. Marriage, travel, music, and now maybe podcast guest appearances. It's a subtle but powerful message. A new generation of women reclaiming their lives together. And even though no podcast episode has officially dropped yet, fans are already begging for that sit-down to happen. One follower summed it up best. If they talk about growing up in fundamentalist homes, parenting with freedom, and maybe a little tea, I'm canceling my plans to watch live. Fans are calling it the TLC girl boss era, and some are even hoping this isn't just a photo op, but a start of a new alliance. And just when you think we've covered all the Duggar plot twists, wait until you see what Jill Duggar just did to her hair. Her boldest summer move has fans shouting, "Hippie era unlocked." Jill Duggar just dropped her most rebellious look yet, and yes, it involves blonde dreadlocks. After years of stepping away from the Duggar spotlight, Jill is back, and this time she's letting her hair do the talking. That's right, Jill Duggar Dillard is shaking up her summer with a bold new hairstyle that's turning heads and turning all the Duggar modesty rules on their head. The once strictly sheltered reality TV star revealed her transformation in an Instagram post this week, showcasing long, blonde, synthetic braids with a caption that read, "Added a little summer happy to my hair, and I'm loving it." Let's pause for a moment. Jill Duggar has dreadlocks. Blonde, braided, hippie chic, it's a vibe. And it's nothing like the pinned back waves or homemade curls we remember from her 19 kids and counting days. In the comments, Jill added that the hair was a birthday gift from her husband, Derek Dillard. It's a mix of synthetic dreadlocks and her own hair woven in for volume. And the brand she tagged? A delightfully named company called dreadful hippie. It's the name alone that might have made Jim Bob and Michelle clutch their pearls. In a follow-up Instagram story, Jill gave followers a peek at the process and gushed about how she finally feels like herself. That's something Duggar fans have come to celebrate. Jill's ongoing journey of self-discovery outside of the restrictive culture she was raised in. Over the years, Jill has been the breakout voice from the Duggar family, exposing the pressure, control, and trauma she experienced growing up, especially as it relates to her father, Jim Bob Duggar, and the IBLP belief system. Her memoir, Counting the Cost, pulled back the curtain, and now it looks like her summer hairstyle is doing a bit of the same, but with a boho twist. And the response? Cousin Amy Duggar King was among the first to hype her up, commenting, "My little hippie chick, it looks so good. I love that you are free to be yourself." Other fans piled on with praise, calling her new look liberating, gorgeous, and such a statement. Many pointed out that Jill's visible joy, not just in her hair but in her energy, has been long overdue. Fan comments overlay. She's glowing like someone who finally escaped the cult. This is more than a hairstyle. It's a whole declaration of independence. From denim skirts to dreadlocks, we love to see it. It's also worth noting that this glow-up comes after a brief social media break Jill took for her birthday and Mother's Day. And what a comeback. Fans are speculating this new look might even tie into another potential project, a new podcast, a book follow-up, or even a collab with Amy. But for now, Jill's content to just show off her summer happy, and we are absolutely here for it. Duggar watchers are calling this Jill's hippie era, and some even think she's setting the tone for which sister might rebel next. Keep it locked, because while Jill's hair is grabbing attention, Josh Duggar is grabbing headlines behind bars. You won't believe what he just wrote in a letter to the judge about his life in prison.
Josh Duggar just resurfaced with a desperate plea from prison, and it's full of shocking new claims. The disgraced 19 kids and counting star is trying to overturn his 12-year prison sentence. And now, he's going straight to the judge with a handwritten letter and a fresh set of complaints. Josh Duggar is back in the headlines, not with a new scandal, but with a handwritten letter to a federal judge that's giving the public a rare peek into his life behind bars. The 37-year-old former reality star, currently serving a 151-month sentence at FCI Seagoville in Texas for possessing child sex abuse material, is now begging the court for a new legal team to help him file another appeal. In the letter obtained by the U.S. Sun, Josh writes, "I am currently incarcerated and proceeding pro se. I seek the court's assistance in appointing counsel to help evaluate my case and, if appropriate, prepare a motion to vacate, set aside, or correct my conviction and sentence." But that's just the start. He claims there were significant trial errors, evidentiary rulings, and constitutional violations that need a full post-conviction review. And because he can't afford a lawyer, he's asking the court to step in fast before his deadline to file expires on June 24, 2025. In his own words, "I am unable to fully assess these matters on my own. I request counsel for the limited purpose of reviewing the record, evaluating possible constitutional claims, and, if meritorious grounds exist, preparing and filing a Section 2255 motion." It's not the first time Josh has fought his conviction. His previous appeals were denied by both the Eighth Circuit Court and the Supreme Court. But now, he's hoping this last-ditch strategy, a motion for post-conviction relief, might crack the door open again. Josh gave a personal update about life inside Seagoville, saying he's been focusing on education, personal growth, faith, and maintaining strong family ties. That last part raised eyebrows, given that his wife Anna Duggar has kept mostly silent, though still reportedly stands by him. Meanwhile, sources familiar with Seagoville describe the prison as anything but peaceful. Reports say inmates are fed expired food, ration tiny portions, and sometimes go hungry unless they can afford commissary items. One source even claimed cereal with bugs made it into the breakfast rotation. Josh, however, kept his tone formal and hopeful, closing the letter with, "Thank you for your time, consideration, and continued service to justice. May God bless you and this court." But the public, they're not exactly feeling sympathetic. Fans online say Josh's "God bless" closer is a manipulative tactic, with one Redditor summing it up, "He weaponized prayer again. Must be Tuesday." And just when you thought this episode couldn't get wilder, we're wrapping up with a lightning-fast recap of every bombshell we dropped today. From Abbie's swimsuit rebellion to Jinger's TLC crossover and Jill's hair glow-up.
Whoa! What didn't happen today? Abbie Duggar stunned fans by ditching Duggar modesty and rocking a swimsuit in the Cayman Islands. Jinger Duggar dropped jaws with a surprise welcome to Plathville crossover no one saw coming. Jill Duggar said goodbye to curls and hello to dreadlocks in her boldest transformation yet. And Josh Duggar resurfaced from prison with a desperate letter to the judge that has everyone talking. If you love the tea, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the drama. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're always reading, always spilling. You've been watching The Fame. Stay fabulous, Fame fam.